when you actually connect a face or someone who's actually, you see them. And you know, these aren't just numbers. We have over 50,000 people in this country who've died from COVID-19. The kind of driver for us to do this was we need to look at that these are actual people who've died, and more people are going to die if we don't do what we can to mitigate this pandemic. So with the COVID memorial, I was reached out by Duncan Meisel, who I'd worked with before on some environmental projections. And he had been working on and is working on a project called COVID Memorial, which is a website to document people who have died, and it's messages from people who knew the victims and who knew or family members of the people who died from COVID-19. And it was perfect, kind of a combination. One, because we'd worked together, and I think just like everybody else, I've been trying to figure out what I could do and how I could tie my projection work into memorializing people. We just had to do it really as fast as possible. We started talking, I think the second week, you know, sometime between the 6th and the 9th and the 10th of April, and we pulled it off on the 16th. We're kind of trying to do it in different places and in different spots around the country, and you know, we're not really saying exactly how many we're doing. But we're not really announcing them. I mean, a lot of it's for online. You know, like the concern I have is that I really don't want people to gather, and I don't want people to gather to see this. We try to just do it when no one's paying attention. On that street, we do it, and then we film it, and then we release the video. It's strange because, you know, now with the pandemic, I get a lot more nervous about creating a spectacle in the street. So if I see people like start to gather, I'll sometimes turn the projector off just so that people like will just leave, and then I'll wait till no one's on the street, and then I'll start projecting again. The reaction has been overwhelmingly positive. Because there's such an absence of us being able to connect with each other physically, and especially when it comes to like mourning and for death, it's really, I think it filled a void that was there. You know, there's something about taking a moment and just kind of acknowledging what we've lost collectively, and then also for celebrating individuals who and their connection with their family. You know, I think that the one thing that's really powerful is you don't have to know the people who are on the screen to feel a connection with them. Like that could be someone that you know and that you love. There were a few memorials that we did before that really stuck out. That I think, you know, when we think about our projections of like how at certain moments it's important to create a memorial, and because of those experiences, we felt we had to do the COVID memorial. One was when Heather Heyer was killed in Charlottesville. We did a projection where we projected her name and her birth year, and the year that she had died. We did a projection around Jamal Khashoggi's assassination. What was powerful for me was to see his face with the First Amendment, and this kind of drive of like, this is what our responsibility is to say what we see. And yeah, and that was really, you know, I think that's when we do projections, when we have those moments where if we get it right, we can really create that kind of retrospection.